New era of work. How 2020 freed workers all around the world, enabling masses to be digital nomads. The serious implications of a world forced into home office and what this world might stay. And what of this world might stay with us. This thing happened in 2020 and is still happening all around the world, and although there is light at the end of the tunnel, the chances this worldwide epidemic brought us won't go anytime soon and will. The changes this worldwide epidemic brought us change life and work forever. For one, according to some digitalization experts, COVID-19 basically brought us some digitalization benefits otherwise would have taken up to 5 years. In Europe, many countries such as Germany still held on very much to pay with their own hard-earned cash almost everywhere. Google Pay, for example, was only introduced in late 2019. Apple Pay a little bit earlier, I think. But now it's different. Almost a decade ago, Timothy Ferris wrote his milestone for the digital nomad lifestyle, the 4-hour work week, where he first outlined the basic principle and also benefits it could have. To be able to work from wherever you want is a thing many of us probably haven't thought about, and even if, chances are thoughts like these will not have had any permanent impact whatsoever, since this burden of actually making it happen just was too huge. Tim Ferriss outlined a strategy for actually very slowly introducing your boss to remote work, but first calling in sick, then being more productive whenever you are out of office, with intent to eventually change your status to out of office forever. But all this work needed to actually make solutions like these possible basically just got done by the officials at the companies already, because they had to make it happen. Every workplace in the world was faced with this very difficult challenge of managing their business or organization, the social responsibility or irresponsibility, and trying the best to balance them all out without going out of business. So basically what the pandemic forced the world into is making the digital nomad happen. The concept of digital nomadism revolves around two things. First, digitalizing your work. Second, changing your location whenever you want. But you don't have to do the nomad thing. So basically a huge part of work worldwide, and therefore also the workers doing it, just got digitalized. This now makes it possible for all these people, at least theoretically, to change their location. Also called traveling, but actually you don't need the traveling part. It in fact isn't really necessary. Basically, the only thing the concept really includes is the demand for living at a certain place or area, because you needed to be physically present. And that was a main constraint for many jobs worldwide. The main thing about the concept of digital nomadism, therefore, is to remove this need by digitalizing your work, which in the past often meant actually getting another job as a virtual assistant, blogger, programmer. So basically to either do it the hard way and trying to remove the demand for your physical presence of your current job, or get another job that specifically is chosen because of the not needed physical presence to do it. Now that work is gone, and major tech companies already are announcing to make the work from home or wherever Wi-Fi concept a constant reality even after the pandemic. Local restaurants, not so much, but the global change of work into the service industry is a development that is in full process anyway. And there is also this thing called automation already happening worldwide. And of course, just because the developed countries are moving away from manufacturing products doesn't mean less developed countries or third world countries are too. But only aren't too already. It's It's just that many of these jobs demand your physical presence, and they are at a higher risk of being automated. Working at the grocery store, in an Amazon fulfillment center, in a restaurant, as a doctor. And they also have to, because being a nurse is not the best paid job ever and hasn't been for years, and that probably won't change anytime soon. So, what I think we can take from this. Imagine a world where we have one global society that can move freely between borders, maybe also to Elon's Mars, that can work remotely from wherever they choose to live, which for most of us probably doesn't mean traveling and therefore changing our location all the time. But due to family, friends, cost of living, managing traveling, and just in general personal environmental stability, actually staying longer at places it's just that locations are no longer tied to work. And for sure, this is a good thing for many of us, for others not. Maybe if working remotely then will be a requirement in the future due to companies cutting costs and therefore down their offices, such that it isn't an option anymore, or it just isn't the standard anymore. But as long as this just removes constraints, it at least for now probably is mainly a positive development we got out of this crisis. And how that will change society in the long term, we will soon find out.